Alright. And that will be GTA 5 on the PlayStation 3. Finally wrapping this game up after so long. And what a journey it has been. And obviously I don't have to tell you guys that this game is amazing. You should play it. You should buy it. And you should enjoy the hell out of it. If you do not own this game and you own a 360 or a PlayStation 3, you should go out and buy this game. If you plan on getting a Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, then I would say you can hold off until those versions come out. But either way, you should get this game. Rockstar did an amazing job with this game. Grand Theft Auto 5 is fucking amazing. You all should play it. It is very amazing. Before GTA 5 came out, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. For a lot of people it was Vice City, but for me, San Andreas was my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. But when I actually played GTA 5 and beat it, GTA 5 became my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. And it very much deserves that title. This was a fantastic game, a pretty long story, which is awesome. You guys know me, I love single player games. I love when a game is a great single player campaign. It doesn't focus too much on multiplayer because I'm not a multiplayer person. And this game delivers with a huge, fantastic world, awesome characters, awesome voice acting. This was a very well-built game. And it's just... I cannot recommend this game enough. I'd be surprised if any of you out there haven't played this game yet, just because this is... Holy shit, this game. It's Grand Theft Auto 5. What all do you have to say? It's an amazing game. I'm pretty sure the credits are like super fucking long too, but that's beside the point. But I like to show all the credits just because I like to give everyone, credit where credit is due. I want all these people's names to be in this video, just so you guys know that all these people here made this fucking amazing game, and I cannot wait till the PlayStation 4 version comes out. I will be playing that. And actually after that, I should be able to get this up before The Last of Us Remastered comes out, so if I do get this up before then, I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I did play the original version of The Last of Us on the PlayStation 3 when it came out, which most of you probably haven't seen. The size of this channel up to this point of me recording this has more than doubled in size since then, so it's amazing. I love you all. So you probably haven't seen that, but I have recorded The Last of Us, and I plan on recording the remastered version on the PlayStation 4, just because The Last of Us is such an amazing game. I love that game. It's one of my favorite games of all times. It's just so good. But thank you all for watching. This was a pretty decently long recording session. It is now 2:38 a.m. in the morning, and it's really nice to be able to have Grand Theft Auto 5 finished. I can get this rendered out and uploaded, and then I can start... Actually, by the time I get all this uploaded, it'll probably be about time for The Last of Us Remastered, so I'll probably concentrate on that. But once The Last of Us Remastered is done, I can start concentrating on some of the other projects that were put aside. Mainly Catherine, I think, is the other one that I need to get back on. I need to finish Catherine. That went on a hiatus because all this stuff started coming out, but Catherine will be coming back. And then, of course, Katawa Shoujo. I actually want to record a good bit of that tomorrow, and hopefully get that up before The Last of Us Remastered. Katawa Shoujo. I couldn't talk there for a second. But Katawa Shoujo actually... It's actually kind of nice. Recording that game kind of sucks just because it's so much reading, and it just takes it out of my voice and my throat. So recording it can kind of suck if I go too long, but I like to record that game. I mean, once I start recording it and I get into it, it's hard to stop, and then I just pay for it later because my throat hurts. But as far as editing and rendering and uploading Katawa Shoujo goes, it's actually pretty fast, because Katawa Shoujo is pretty much nothing more than, you know, scrolling text and pictures and the occasional, like, really short, like, CG that plays, but it's pretty fast to render it out, and especially to upload it. So hopefully I can get some of Haneko's Path uploaded before The Last of Us Remastered comes out, but we'll have to see. I'm gonna record some of that. I guess technically it would be today. So, but thank you all for watching this series. It's been amazing. I love you all. Grand Theft Auto 5 is a fan-fucking-tastic game. I encourage anybody and everybody to play it. Maybe not, you know, the youngins, even though, you know, I mean, I played when let's see, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out when I was in 4th grade, and I got it. It was one of the very first games I got around the time it came out when I was that young. So I got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas when it first came out on the PlayStation 2, and this was when I was in 4th grade, and I played the shit out of that. It was amazing. So, I mean, obviously I don't think you should keep, you know, younger kids from playing games like this. I can see why parents would, and that is their decision, but I don't think it's completely necessary. I mean, yeah, I am fucked up, but not because of video games, but I encourage you all to play this game. It is amazing. It is not only just is it, you know, just a violent, funny game, it's also just a good look at how far video games have come. It's a very well done game overall, very well built, gorgeous, very well voice act. I mean, it shows you a lot in the gaming industry, and it's just amazing how well this game was made, and Rockstar just continuously blows it out of the park. And I was saying I would like to record more Rockstar games on my channel. Up to this point, the only games I've recorded from Rockstar on my channel are GTA 5 and Max Payne. And for those of you who don't know, I actually did record Max Payne when it came out on here on the channel. This was when my channel was still relatively new, so it was pretty early on in my channel's history, so a lot of you may not know, but I did record Max Payne 3 as one of my earlier walkthroughs. I think it still turned out pretty well, so but that actually, when Max Payne 3 came out, it was kind of like the beginning of the end of Rockstar's like iffiness on uploading videos to YouTube. It was pretty much like the first game that Rockstar kind of came out and said, oh yeah, you can't record our stuff, you know, under these conditions and all that stuff. So, like, kind of like every other video game, you can record it under these conditions and stuff like that. So, but Max Payne 3 was kind of the beginning of the end of Rockstar's iffiness on uploading videos of their games up to YouTube, and I did record that. I never did record Red Dead Redemption. That came out well before I started doing YouTube, but I don't Me personally, I don't really like Red Dead Redemption. I just don't. I mean, I think the story's cool, but just overall, I don't like the game. I don't like Grand Theft Auto in the Midwest. Just, for me, doesn't work. There's not, like in Grand Theft Auto 5, there's so much stuff you can do. It's a giant city, but in Red Dead Redemption, it was a giant desert with some forest and some mountains, and that was it. Oh, you can go hunting, and you can skin these animals, and you can ride a horse. There just wasn't... The Midwest theme, for me, is just so dull, and there's not just a lot you can do that's as fun as all the chaotic stuff you can do in a setting like GTA 5. And I just really did not like Red Dead Redemption that much. I can see why everyone else does. I just personally don't. But I would like to play LA Noire on my channel. That was a game I never really got to play. I mean, I played a little bit of it, but I never really got to play it all the way through. That game as well is a pretty long game as well. So, and it's kind of different as well. I like playing, different types of games on my channel. Anything from Grand Theft Auto, Katawa Shoujo, Catherine, all that type of stuff. So, I would like to play that at some point. And, we'll have to see how all that goes. And I would like to revisit some games in the future once the channel gets, once the channel gets to a decent size. I would like to revisit some games that a lot of people could have missed because, they're newer to the channel. Actually, Max Payne 3 is one of the games I'd like to revisit and redo. Just because Max Payne 3 was one of those games that was done earlier on in my channel's history, so I would like to redo that, along with maybe a couple others, but we'll have to see. I also did Uncharted 1, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, early on in my channel's history. I think that was even earlier than Max Payne, and during that walkthrough I said I was going to do Uncharted 2 and 3 at some point. This is like 2 years later. I have yet to do that. So I do have Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 on my little, rack over there with all my other games. So I would like to start recording those pretty soon. Hopefully I can, after The Last of Us Remastered is done, hopefully I can get back to Catherine, finish up Catherine, and then move on to like Uncharted 2, and then go on to Uncharted 3, and hopefully get the Uncharted series on my channel done before Uncharted 4 comes out on the PlayStation 4, which I am super excited for. Fucking Naughty Dog, I love you, Naughty Dog. I love you, I bow my head down to you. But I'm super excited for Uncharted 4. I think it's going to be an awesome game, so I would like to get Uncharted 2 and 3 done on my channel, since I have done Uncharted 1, so I'd like to get Uncharted 2 and 3 done. And that's pretty much it for that. And I do have like the Metal Gear Solid, the Legacy collection or whatever, that has like every single Metal Gear game. And I don't know if I'm going to record all those. I think I'd at least like to record Metal Gear Solid 4. I did do Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, and I'm pretty damn excited for Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. I think it's going to be a pretty awesome game. But man, just over this past year, it's been crazy. It's just been so much fun. I mean, it's just been a crazy year. 2 new consoles. By that I mean the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. It was just amazing. It's pretty much thanks to you guys that all this is happening, and why I keep doing this. I work at Walmart, and the day the PlayStation 4, like I went to a PlayStation 4 midnight release at the Walmart I worked at. I worked the day, not the day it came out, but the day before, so I could be there for the midnight release. So I stayed. I think I got off at about 5 or 6 o'clock that day, and I just stayed at work for the rest of the day to stay at the midnight release of the PlayStation 4. So I stayed at work after I got off work for about 5 or 6 hours for the midnight release, and I picked up my PlayStation 4 there. And the Walmart I actually work at is pretty cool. I don't agree with everything Walmart does, but the people I work with are really awesome, and they did like for the midnight release, I mean, you had people like me, for instance, who were waiting there for hours just because they had a limited supply of them. They had a few that were pre-ordered, and then they had, I believe, like 6 that were ready to go on the shelves. So you had people like me who were going to be waiting for hours to get them. So they set up a TV, set up some movies so we could watch, and they brought out some snacks and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool. Gave us something to do, and I had a really good time at that. It was a lot of fun. And then the Xbox One I got a couple months later. I believe I got it in about, I don't remember when Titanfall came out, but I got my Xbox One, I believe, a couple weeks before Titanfall came out. And I mean, I played a good bit of Titanfall for a while, but you guys know me, multiplayer just doesn't hold me. I really like Titanfall. It's actually a fantastic game. I like it a lot. It's just multiplayer stuff just doesn't hold me for very long, so that's just what happens. I even have the Titanfall Xbox One controller, and I really like it. I use that thing every time I turn on my Xbox One, which hasn't been in a while. It really hasn't. There's actually another type of video I wanted to try that's something completely different and off topic for my channel, but kind of fits with kind of, me, and I think what a lot of you guys like as well. You guys know I'm an anime fan, and this kind of ties into that, and kind of Katawa Shoujo a little bit, but you guys know, hopefully, well, probably most of you know that I'm a pretty big anime fan. I like anime quite a bit, and I have an idea for a video that I want to try. I don't know if it's going to work, but it does involve the Xbox One and the Kinect, which I did get that bundle because I got my Xbox One well before the Kinect-less Xbox One came out, so, but I'm going to be doing something with that. But I haven't turned on my Xbox in a while. It's I turn it on every once in a while just to make sure it's still working, but it has been a little bit since I actually played anything on the Xbox One, just because nothing's really come out for it. And any game I do get that's multi-platform, that's on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I get on the PlayStation 4, just because PlayStation 4 is my baby. It's my console of choice. I mean, not just because I'm a PlayStation fanboy. I mean, spending a good amount of time with both consoles, I very much prefer the PlayStation 4 over the Xbox One. But, I mean, that's just me. I mean, I have both, so, I mean, you can't really fault me for that, or get mad at me. I know you were about to type that comment. Yeah, you get away from that keyboard. Can't be complaining at me. I got both. But, Sunset Overdrive is kind of the next game that my Xbox is going to get some use out of. When that comes out, I will be playing that. And my friend Alex, or Drazilb, some of you may know him, we may be doing some videos on that, maybe. I don't know if he plans on getting that game or not, but Sunset Overdrive looks pretty cool, so I'm pretty excited for that game. It's something a little bit different, and I'm always up to play something different, get out of the norm a little bit, so, but that's pretty much all I was going to talk about. I usually like to try and talk through the credits, just to, I don't know, kind of spend some quality time with you guys, and I know probably none of you are going to get this far. If you do, congrats to you. I'd like to read some of these names too. But, I mean, that's pretty much it on that. I'm trying to think of just, like, the stuff that's coming out within the next, like, within the next months that is really coming out that I'm going to record. I mean, there's The Last of Us Remastered, which is coming out in less than a week. What else is there? I don't think there's really anything coming out in August, except for the infamous Second Son single-player DLC, which I'm super excited for. You all know I love Infamous Second Son. That's also on the list of my favorite games of all time. I love Infamous Second Son. So I'm really excited for the single-player DLC for that, where you get to play as Fetch, which is going to be pretty cool. And let's see. I think that's pretty much the only thing that's coming out in August that I'm really looking to play. I think September is when some stuff comes out. Is Destiny coming out in September, or is that November? I don't know. I think it's coming out in September. I can't remember. Like late September, I think. I don't remember. Then there's some other stuff coming out. I just can't even. The Evil Within, I believe, is coming out in. I think it was originally supposed to come out in August, but I think it got delayed to October. I think Alien Isolation is coming out in October. I think October is a pretty big month. Let's see, what else? Of course, there's a new Call of Duty, which I will, of course, be getting. And I will record the single-player campaign for that. I always play the single-player campaign for Call of Duty, and for the most part, I usually like them. Modern Warfare 3's campaign I actually liked, even though I hated Modern Warfare 3 overall. I hated the multiplayer. Thought it was garbage. But I usually play the single-player on Call of Duty. I usually play the single-player first, and then I dabble into the multiplayer. So I will be playing the single-player on that and be recording it. Along with some multiplayer stuff. I can't tell you guys how long that'll be going on. But I'll be recording some multiplayer as well. Call of Duty Ghost campaign was kind of garbage. I mean, it's like the first two missions were pretty cool, and then the first half kind of sucked ass. And then once you got kind of to the second half, it picked up a little bit, but I think that's pretty much it that I can think of off the top of my head that's coming out. Next year will probably be pretty good for gaming as well. I mean, you got the new Batman game got delayed till 2015. I actually didn't find this out till today that Battlefield Hardline got delayed until 2015, which I'm not going to be getting that game. I have no desire to play that game, even though it is developed by Visceral Games, and I think they would do a good job with it. I really like Visceral Games. They make the Dead Space series, and actually the Dead Space series is actually my favorite game series of all time. I love the Dead Space games. Just everything from the setting to the lore to just strikes a chord with me, and I really love the Dead Space setting and all that stuff. So I really love the Dead Space games. And I actually thought Dead Space 3 was fucking awesome. Dead Space 3 is my favorite Dead Space game of all of them. A lot of people are probably going to be pissed at that, but I never saw Dead Space as a horror game. Dead Space never scared me, not even a little. I saw it as a game that had like horror elements in it, but I never saw it as a horror game. So Dead Space 3 didn't disappoint me at all due to the quote-unquote lack of horrorness in it. I mean, the one thing I mean, Dead Space 2 and 3 were pretty much on par. Dead Space 3 I think was a little better just because it had more story in it, and I really liked that a lot. As for... I did kind of like the environments in Dead Space 2 a little more, because it was kind of more... It felt more urban, and you guys know I really like urban environments. For the most part, Dead Space 3 was just kind of a snowy wasteland, except for the beginning, but for the most part it was pretty snowy for most of the game, so... but I really like the Dead Space series. I really like Visceral Games, and I mean, I guess overall Visceral Games is kind of hit and miss, because I mean, they make the Dead Space series, which is fucking awesome, and fucking EA, you better make a Dead Space 4. You better let Visceral Games make a Dead Space 4. I shit you not, I will lose my shit if you don't let them make a Dead Space 4. or at least another. I mean, it doesn't even have to be with Isaac Clarke or any of them. Just give it a good story. Make another Dead Space game. For the love of God, do it. Do it, do it, do it. But, I mean, they make the Dead Space series, which is awesome. But then I think they developed the most recent Army of Two, the Devil's Cartel, and I haven't played that game myself, but, I mean, overall, the first two Army of Two games were pretty mediocre. So, I mean, that's kind of hit or miss. And I don't even know what else they've developed besides Dead Space, the most recent Army of Two, and now Battlefield Hardline, which there are a lot of people that say they really like it and love it, but there's also a lot of people that say it feels more like a Battlefield 4 mod or DLC. And, well, I don't know. I didn't play the Battlefield Hardline beta. I had no desire to. I'm not even going to buy the game when it comes out, so I have no desire to play. If I want to play a game like that, I will play Payday. I would much rather play Payday. But that's pretty much it on anything I could think of. I know there's some other games coming out, but I just can't think. Of course, the new Batman game I'm looking, Arkham Knight, I'm pretty excited for that game as well. I recorded Arkham Origins when that came out, and I liked it a lot, actually. I really liked Arkham Origins. I liked it a lot more than seemingly most people did. I mean, if I were to order the three games, I would say Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins, and then Arkham City. Arkham City was my least favorite out of all of them. Still a good game, but it was my least favorite out of all of them, and I've gone over my quarrels with that game. Actually, when I did a walkthrough of that game early on in my channel's history, so if you really want to know my opinions on the game, you can go watch the ending of that walkthrough where I go over that. But Arkham City was my least favorite of all the Batman Arkham games so far. Arkham Asylum is still my favorite. I'm kind of hoping Arkham Knight takes that spot as my favorite Arkham game. And then, who is making the Arkham Knight? Is it Rocksteady? I think they're making it. And I think they said it's going to be their last Batman game in the Arkham franchise. So, whatever they are going to work on next, I'd really like to. I want to see what other game they work on. I mean, they've been doing Batman for so long. I'm pretty interested to see what they are going to get to work on next. I think it'll be pretty interesting. And I want another freaking Deus Ex game to come out. Human Revolution was pretty sweet, and I like that game a lot. So I'm waiting for Square Enix and Eidos Montreal to develop another Deus Ex game. Then there is the new Hitman. Is it Hitman 6? Or fucking, I don't know what it's called. Which I haven't seen anything on that game. I heard it, I'm pretty sure that game is in development, but I haven't seen or heard anything on it. I don't think anything on that game was at E3. They did show more of the new Tomb Raider. Rise of the Tomb Raider, is that what it was called? Or something like that? I can't remember. I thought it was a weird title. I think it was like Rise of the Tomb Raider. I think that's a weird title. No one else had an issue with it, but for whatever reason, it's kind of a weird title to me. But pretty excited for that game. The I guess, quote-unquote reboot, the 2012 version. Or is it 2013? Did it come out in 2013? I think it was 2013, actually. Was pretty good. I have the definitive edition on PlayStation 4, which I started to record, but I kind of put it aside. Don't know if I want to finish it, just because, but it was a really good game. Really excited to see what Crystal Dynamics does with the second one. If they're even developing it, I'm pretty sure they are. I mean, they made the first one, so I'm pretty sure they would be making the sequel. But I hope it really does well. I really do, because the first one, I believe originally for like the first year it was out, was pretty much sold at a loss. Like the budget for making the game did not justify, or the amount the game made in sales did not justify the development of the game. So by all intents and purposes, the game should have not had a sequel. But I believe with like digital distribution and like stuff like Steam, and then of course the definitive edition coming out on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I believe the game did make enough to pretty much get in the green, so to speak. So where the earnings of the game did justify the development of the game. So they made a sequel, which obviously it was in development. Probably the development of the second one was probably started well before the definitive edition for the first game came out, but no, details. But that's what I heard anyway. I'm kind of surprised that Hitman is getting another game. Hitman Absolution is kind of meh. I mean, it's all right. It's nothing great. It's kind of meh. But whatever. But I don't know. Just Hitman Absolution kind of had a weird. Format to it. Wasn't a bad game, but just kind of meh. But man, these credits are long. But I think we're on the songs, so they should be. I think the songs are usually pretty near the end-ish of the credits, typically anyway. But who knows how many more there are. There's a lot of... How did they get graffiti up there? But there's a lot to Grand Theft Auto 5, so there could be fucking a billion songs in this game and I wouldn't even know it. I'm pretty sure they've already been scrolling the music section of the credits for like the past 15 minutes. California Girls, that's spelled wrong. Black Grease, the Black Angels. Diddy Wah Diddy. Now what the fuck? Oh, whatever. But I think that's pretty much everything for like games I'm looking forward to. Games that I know I'm going to record. I'm pretty much going to record like any major release, along with any other games I just feel like doing. Kind of like Dragon Guard 3. It's a game I really wanted to play, so I went and played it. Of course, with that game, it's kind of a different story. That was originally a game that released in Japan well before the American version came out, so... In fact, I think the Japanese version of Dragon Guard 3 came out late 2013, and the game just came out in America a couple months ago. What's my dog doing? Dog walking around the house doing something. But that's pretty much it. Just can't really think of anything else at this point. But I'm still trying to think of like other games that are coming out, but can't really think of anything. But that'll be the end of GTA 5. For those of you who have gone all the way this far, you are a trooper. Oh Shite, It's X by Thundercat. Ho! I kind of want to go back and watch the old school Thundercats. Anyway, getting off topic. But that's going to finish up GTA 5. An amazing game. You all should play it. No questions asked. Just play it. Go buy it. Go... I don't know, do whatever you feel you have to get the money to get this game. Don't do anything illegal, like murder somebody, or at the very least don't get caught. But you should all play this game. It's amazing. Very well done. And, we're getting to the special thanks. Although, I'm pretty sure this is like the second or third special thanks section we've gone through in the game so far. At least the second. I know there was another one. Chris Eddie Edwards. Oh no, that sucks. But it looks like this will be the end of the credits here, so thank you all so much for the support on this series. You all have been very supportive. This series has done quite well over its very long run. It took quite a bit of a hiatus, but now it is finally done. I'm actually surprised I got it done in under 100 parts. At this point, my channel's history, Mass Effect 3 is actually the longest walkthrough I have on my channel. I think it's like 117 parts in total. Oh, wait. Actually, don't tell me. I remember on my first playthrough of this game, just on my solo playthrough, there was a point where I was playing as Michael and I had to chase down and kill my therapist. I don't remember if that was like an actual mission or if that was after the credits like this. Oh, okay, no, it's after. Got all that gold money now. But, there's a strangers and oh, actually, I'm gonna show you guys this. This is pretty. I think you guys will like this.
So, you've done well for yourself.
What are you doing here?
Is that how you greet your mother, Trevor?
I didn't know they let you out.
So you never wrote to me? You never visited?
What?
I bet you never found a girl. Tell me, Trevor, are you gay?
Oh.
Is that what this is all about?
Oh.
I wouldn't care. In fact, I've always wanted a gay son. A son who wouldn't forget about his mother.
But Ma,
nothing. Not a peep. I carried you in here. I fed you. I weaned you. Now look at you. You always were. An ungrateful, wretched, sniveling sack of shit of a boy. You know it, and I know it. There was always something wrong with you. Ashamed of yourself. Ashamed of me. Of your own mother. I've been here for hours. And have you gotten me a drink? Or a cigarette? Or massage my feet? I'm an old woman. And you, in the prime of life, have you nothing inside?
I'm so sorry.
There, it's okay, son. Oh, that's enough! Here I am, old and tired and alone.
I'm so sorry for everything.
Exactly. For everything. I'm an old woman, Trevor. I don't got no insurance.
Oh, I got money.
I don't want your goddamn money. Is that what you think I am? A prostitute? Still? You're sick.
What can I do?
I'm in a lot of pain. I need you to get me some more Dilutamol.
I can do that.
A lot of them. A truckload, literally. And not those weedy little ones. The 1,000-milligram ones. And if you find me a gentleman, well, we both know You need a father figure.
Alright, so that was Trevor's mother. I just wanted to show that to you guys. And you can get her a truck with the dilute 'em all, but we're not really going to worry about that. We're going to end it here. The GTA 5 as a series will be done here. And all that. So GTA 5, I'm going to call the series a wrap right here. Just wanted to show you Trevor's mother. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all... Oh no.
Trisha!
Trevor,
Oh, it's good to speak to you.
my thoughts are with you.
Is he, Martin? Is he treating you well? If you ever...
You're a sweet boy, Trevor. A sweet man.
Oh, Patricia. I really miss...
I have to go.
And there's that. But thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this series. What the fuck? I never noticed a teddy bear in front of the car before. Oh, that's the teddy bear that Trevor fucked in Wade's cousin's apartment so long ago. But I hope you all enjoyed this series. You guys were very supportive of this series over its long hiatus as well. This series did pretty well, so thank you all so much for the love and support on these videos. I love you all. You amaze me every series that I do on the channel. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Grand Theft Auto 5 is an amazing game, and I encourage you all to go out and play it. It is very, very great, and it is time that you will not feel like you wasted. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the love and support. I love you all, and I will see you all next time. I am out.